We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Seattle Seahawks. What a move. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Smith and Jigba in motion right. Darnold looking to start with a pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
That'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Darnold keeps it. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to pump this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Jaguars nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's complete to the rookie from Colorado. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
The tight end in motion right.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Etienne up the middle.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Got a man, that's Hunter.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Oh, he shifts past him.
There he goes, left side. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that that makes the score 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That is Josh Hines-Allen getting in there to bring him down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
That's good.
It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Off of play action, Darnold. He'll get that to Charbonnet.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw, Darnold. Connects with Kittle underneath.
Some pressure was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Darnold.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Again, Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
2nd down and 3.
Here's Darnold.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Darnold now to throw.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The shotgun snap for Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Darnold.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. To the air again, Darnold. He finds Smith-Njigba in the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Lawrence will throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run with Etienne. Taking it right down Broadway. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 61 yards. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And here on 3rd down, your number 1 goal, don't be a hero, just get the first down. But here, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, the field opens up for him, and he's able to take it right up the gut and into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back with it, a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here's 3rd and 3. To throw is Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 4. Now it's Darnold. And he is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Faking the give, Darnold. Open man right side is caught complete.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll set up to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Darnold, a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Walker now in 1st and 10.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
That's another Jaguars 1st down. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Jaguars.
Again, it's Lawrence. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Lawrence.
Thomas brings it in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Jaguars 21.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a heck of a move. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
They imposed their will on that last drive. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Darnold. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run the toss to Walker. They find some open field here. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
Woo, woo, woo.